Hey everybody, so let's make a stock photo from an image we created in Midjourney and submit it to Adobe Stock. So on my screen here we have this image I've created, and not 100% happy with it, but I'm not going to bore you with writing prompts and doing all that things that I'm sure you're familiar with. Let's just say this is the image we've decided to use. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. Do a save image as, and I'll let it go to my download folder. And we'll just call it man. Okay, so from there, I'm going to open up Adobe Lightroom. So Adobe Stock has a 5 megabit rule. Your images have to be at least 5 megabits in order to submit them, or they'll be rejected. The images that you get from Midjourney don't quite make it. So we've got to upscale them. And we don't want to lose any quality when we upscale. So that's probably one of the bigger parts of doing this. So let's so the purpose of using Lightroom is we're going to right click on the image, is to upscale. So when we right click on the image, we get this menu. We can click on enhance. Make sure super resolution is checked. I haven't tried denoise or raw details. I'm not even sure what they do. I don't even need to wait for this to do its thing. I can just go ahead and click enhance. And that's going to upscale it about 100%, I believe. It's going to take 1024 by 1024 and make it 2048 by 2048. Even though that's not the real numbers of this photo, but I think you get the drift. It's actually 1456 by 816. So this is going to end up 2900-ish by 1600-ish. We just have to wait. You can watch the progress in the top left corner, and the file that we're going to get is going to be a digital negative, a DNG file. So as soon as that's done doing its thing, okay, that's done. We're done with Lightroom. Now we'll go to Photoshop. You need the Photoshop beta, the latest beta release that has the AI tools built in. I'll show you. If you're watching this in the future, it could be the newest release of Photoshop. The AI tools may be out of beta by then, so in that case, disregard. So it's gonna open in Camera Raw because it's a digital, or excuse me, it's a digital negative, a DNG file. We can tweak it a little in here if we want. I'm gonna bring my blacks down just a tidge, bring my contrast up just a tidge, maybe reduce the highlights and give it just a bit more exposure. Pump the dehaze and clarity. Again, this is all subjective stuff. You don't have to do this, mess with this if you don't want. I'm going to bring the saturation down just a little bit, give it more of that mood, a little vibrance, and then we'll just say go ahead and open. So now we can check our image size. We're 2912 by 1632. So if I go to the calculator, 2912 times 1632, 4.7 megabytes. Not going to cut it. We're real close, but not close enough. So what we don't want to do is upsample. Let me zoom out just a titch and go to my crop tool. And we're going to make it just a little bigger. I don't need to go much. And then I'm going to go to my rectangular marquee tool, and we'll select this top area, and I'm going to overlap just a tiny bit. And my generative fill dialog pops up. I'm going to go ahead and click it. I'm not going to put any prompt in here. I'm just going to say generate. And what this is going to do is fill in the top, obviously. There we go. We'll do the same thing on the bottom. And of course, we're going to do the two sides as well. So we'll do some magic video editing here to, let's see, I don't really like there's a line there, but we get 3 versions here, so and if we don't like any of the versions, we can just click generate again and we'll get 3 new ones. I think we'll go with this one. I think I can clean this line up. Let's go ahead and fix our left and right edges. Okay, so as you can see, we've been left with a little line here. Let's use our spot healing brush to correct that. Got a little line here at the top as well. These should be easy fixes. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flatten this. And I have my healing brush set to content aware. I should be able to just paint. That should do a pretty good job at cleaning those lines up. And if you're familiar with Midjourney, I mean, look at this face we got here. Very strange. We can try to fix it. We'll just use our lasso tool, make a selection, click generative fill, and we won't give it any prompt at all. We'll just see what it comes up with. And yeah, it does this once in a while where it just sort of fails. It doesn't give you any dialogue or anything. I just do it over. Again, this is still a beta version, so some strange bugs do exist. And again, this time, oh, we violated user guidelines. No idea what guidelines we violated, but let's just try to redo our selection. I've seen that bug before. I don't know if it has something to do with the shape of the selection that I made, or the size, or just a software glitch. My favorite quote about, there we go. We got a pretty good fix there. Let's see what the 3 variations look like. I think we'll go with number 3. I'm gonna go ahead and flatten that too. It's a habit of mine. I like having flat images. Okay, let's check our size again. Image size. We're now at 3284 by 1848. 3284 times 1848. 6 meg. That'll work. We can use it. Yeah, so now as far as doing stock photos, I go into my file info, and fill out my keywords and description and title, which I'll do here real quick. Okay, so we're going to go into Photoshop's file info. We're going to fill out our keywords. We're going to separate them by a comma. We're going to write a short description, and we're going to give the file a title, and we'll say okay. And then we can save that to where we keep our stock photos. Okay, so we're done with the Photoshop portion. We can go ahead and bounce into Adobe Stock. You can see I've got some others that I've submitted already. We'll go ahead and say upload. Navigate. Navigate to the appropriate folder. We can just drag and drop our stock photo. We'll let it upload. And we'll tell it the file type is an illustration. This is not a photograph. That's part of the criteria from Adobe, that we do two things. We tell it that it's an illustration, and we check the box that it was created using generative AI tools. And then here we can just say there's no recognizable people because these are not real human beings. You can see that the Adobe has imported information from our file info of the actual photograph. So we click Save Work. And we're missing here something, add a minimum of 5 keywords. We need more keywords. People, business, person. Okay. So we fixed that issue. I don't have a lot of hope for this image because I haven't making the video, haven't put a lot of effort into it, but who knows, with stock photos it could be the best seller. We'll submit the file, and we're in. Now we sit back and wait. As these images are in the queue, we'll wait to find out if they are accepted or rejected. And that's how we learn. That's how I learned the process with photography, real photography, using a camera. That's how we'll learn here what the people who review the files, what they're looking for. We'll find out. So that's my workflow. It's brand new. It's a little buggy. But again, my favorite quote about these AI tools, they are as bad as they ever will be. So we're only going to get better from here. So, all right. Thanks for watching.